Back at you with another one, and I'm happy to say it's monkey time. Hell yeah, and this time we have a special one, baby. This is the SH Monsterarts Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 exclusive edition, baby. Now, this was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive before they released it, for people to buy it elsewhere. But that's where you were first able to get it. And I've watched several reviews on it. I've seen the accessories that the figure comes with, and this is probably the definitive GVK Kong, because you're getting all the accessories. It's an upgraded version of it, and let's be honest. The first GVK Kong, the actual first release of it, was not the greatest. Kind of loose joints, floppy. Doesn't really stand that good. You have to really take a lot of time to balance it. A lot of people were kind of disappointed in that figure, and this one basically makes up for that. Where it's just, I guess it's better overall, from the paint job to the articulation, to the gang of accessories that it comes with. And I'm really excited about this. I love reviewing Kong. I love Godzilla. I collect Godzilla figures first, but I really, really enjoy doing Kong reviews. You know what I mean? Kong is, number 2 for me as far as figures I collect after Godzilla. So, and I thoroughly enjoy talking about it, posing Kong, and just the expressive nature of Kong's figures. You know what I mean? And how some of them are so good where it really just looks like the monkey's coming to life. So, yeah, I might get more excited about reviewing Kong figures than I do for Godzilla. That's crazy, I do like Godzilla more than Kong. You know what I'm saying? I'm Team Godzilla all the way since I'm a little kid. But I never disliked Kong. You know what I mean? And the level of excitement I noticed that I have for reviewing Kong figures is way through the roof. I love it. I enjoy it, and I enjoy presenting it to you guys. So anyway, this is the outside box, which I wasn't aware that they did this before. They did this for the Godzilla, for the 2024 Godzilla Evolved. They had it in an SH Monsterarts outer brown box like this. So this is only the second one that I've gotten like that. So you see the Bandai sticker here, SH Monsterarts Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 exclusive edition. Same thing on the top of the box, and on the bottom of the box. So anyway, that's the protective box it comes in. Let's get it out of there and see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. Now, obviously I've seen this box before, but it looks, and it always looked nice, but it actually looks more impressive even in person. You get this nice picture of Kong here holding Mecha Godzilla's severed head, which I think that this looks like a drawing, basically, and it's really cool with the orange and gray, and then you have the blue and orange color scheme from Godzilla vs. Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 exclusive edition. All the legendary Toho, all the logos here, Godzilla logo, Bandai. On the bottom, you have another nice picture of Kong here on the top. Same thing here on the bottom. Just you have the closed mouth here on the top. You have the teeth, gritting the teeth mouth, partially closed mouth here on the bottom. Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong on the side. Nice picture of the figure on the other side, Kong from Godzilla versus Kong. And then on the back, you're going to have a window here to see the figure and the accessories that it comes with. And then you're also going to have some very nice pictures of the figure. You're going to have Kong holding Mecha Godzilla's head. You're going to have a picture of Kong wielding the axe with the special accessory that comes with the axe here, which is like this blue, like, charging effect, I guess. And then you're going to have a picture of the 3 heaves, the hollow earth aerial vehicles that come with it here, and the stand that they sit on. But pretty cool that you could actually that it has a window and you can look in and see the figure, and it looks quite nice already. So I'm excited to get it out of there. Let's go. Okay, now I just want to show you how it looks in the clamshell, and it looks very impressive. Obviously, you can see with all of these accessories, awesome, man. You know what I mean? Loaded up with accessories. I guess that's why it's an exclusive edition. And I guess the people who attended the San Diego Comic-Con and were able to first purchase this figure must have been really happy about it. So, of course, you're getting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hands, I guess. I don't know, maybe 1. I think you get an extra, like, thinking hand, basically, where you could put it on his chin and make him look like he's thinking. You're going to get 3 heads. You're the head that the gritting the teeth, partially closed mouth head, the closed mouth head, and then the open mouth head. These 2 heads here are, they're basically the same as what came with the original figure. You're going to get the severed head of Mecha Godzilla. You're going to get the 3 heaves and the stand that they come with, and then you're of course going to get the battle axe with the battle axe effect. So that's it. Looks very impressive. Let's get it out of the clamshell and dig in further. Okay, so here we have Kong laid out with all of his accessories here. You can see the extra 2 heads you get, and all of these sets of hands. You basically get these like clawing hands. I think maybe that one holds Mecha Godzilla's head. Looks like it does. And you get these 2 as well. And then you get this pointy finger. I guess you could make him hold his chin like he's thinking. Of course, you have the stand with the 3 heaves, which is rather nice. It's like a bendy wire stand. You see the jets on the side, or the wheels of the jets, basically. You can turn those straight up and down like when the heaves are landing, or backwards when they're flying. But they pop off rather easily, and they're very small, so be careful about that so that you don't lose those, because they could come off real easy. A bunch of them popped off, and I had to put them back on. So then, of course, you're going to get this nice battle axe right here, which is a lighter battle axe than we got with the original GVK Kong. And I guess this is, because it's meant to represent the final battle, basically. So that's more of a charged up looking axe. And you're going to get this fantastic accessory for the axe, which really makes it look like a charged up blast. And then we have Kong himself, which just looks great. At first glance, and, I did watch several videos, but it seems to be a darker paint job. And I'll tell you what, it looks like the fur is done better. Looks like Kong's fur is done better on this. But, I love the dark closed mouth, or partially closed mouth, gritting the teeth head. Kind of almost makes it look like the way they did the face and head, like that's like the, oily version after he takes off Mecha Godzilla's head. Which, by the way, is right here. That looks very nice as well. I'll show that further to you as we pose him. But yeah, look at that, man. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive with a gang of accessories. How awesome is that? But, you know, right off the bat, this is looking better than the original Kong, just at first glance. And, man, do I love this gritting the teeth pose, right? This gritting the teeth head. This partially closed mouth with his fangs sticking out. Absolutely awesome. Of course, you're going to have the extra scarring on his chest on this one from when Godzilla scraped him up. Which is great. They added that. That's definitely new. And you're going to have a bunch of scars and like blood all over him. And we'll dig into that and I'll show you what that looks like further as I pose him. But yeah, I mean, when they say exclusive, they're really not lying here. You know, this is the definitive GVK Kong. So let's really dig into him. Let's pose him a bunch. And I'll show you all of your different accessories and how they look. And, you know, later on in the review, I'll bring out some of the other SH Monsterarts Kongs to show you how they compare. Yeah, let's get to it, baby. Monkey time. Okay, so right off the bat, the first thing that's noticeable is that the joints are much tighter on this. It's a much sturdier figure. It feels better in hand. The arms move better. The legs move better. The head has some nice, movement to it where you can look up and down. It's got the scarring, of course, on the chest. It's got little specks of blood basically over him to really convey the battle damage. The face is quite nice on this. I love that face. It's very expressive. It's very screen accurate. I love the way the fur looks on the top of his head. I love the gritting the teeth look. The eyes look nice. This is a very well done face for Kong. And a screen accurate face, definitely. Probably the best face out of the three, I would have to say. I mean, the other two are damn good too, and they really convey Kong. But I think this may be the best and most well done head. And I think he looks great. Look at him; he looks hulking and menacing right there. But it is very durable, you know. I saw a review at Steven's Reviews was slamming it on his table over there to show you how durable this figure is. And you could feel it in hand, you know. It's much better than the original. So that's straight off the bat. But so anyway, he looks great. The fur looks great. The paint job. I like the darker version of Kong. And let's pose him some more. Let's see what he could do. Okay, of course you could get him into a really nice crawling on all fours pose. You could see I swapped out the hands here. And I love that about SH Monsterarts, that you could get, you know, Kong to look this good. The head, you know, that's about as high as it moves up. It would be nice if it looked up a little more. You know what I mean? But it still has some nice movement where you could make him look pretty good. In a nice all fours pose like that. And this is a really nice, like, getting up off of all fours pose, which just looks great, you know, and it also gives you an idea of the type of articulation this thing offers. Because look at that, you know, look at the spread on the legs. Look at the way you can make the one, you know, the one arm. You can basically make both arms touch the ground, but that looks awesome. Yeah. I've seen this pose floating around, so I wanted to, like, copy it because I thought it was a pretty cool pose for him. But, you know, you could pretty much make the leg split like that and kind of do a hulking over, maybe, like, rising up off of all fours pose like this, and that looks fantastic. Yeah. Look at that, man. course, we could get him into a nice boxing stance. Look how brolic he looks like that. That's fantastic, man. See, like, this Kong happens to be, like, way more posable. You could do so much more with it because of the tightness of the joints. These legs are night and day. Like, these legs are better than both the original exclusive, the original version of the GVK and the GXK, the way they function. You know, you kind of wish all three of them functioned like that, but fantastic, the ability, the movement on the legs. And that just looks great, man. Kong's look like he's ready to scrap. Awesome. And you could basically have him in a sitting down thinker's pose if you swap out that hand right there. Let you grab his chin like he's basically thinking. And I love that. And this, of course, you know, is the closed mouth head, which looks fantastic, man. You know what I mean? There's no doubt that's a beautiful head sculpt. And, yeah, Kong's just sitting there thinking about maybe is he ever going to find his family. He does. But, yeah, so cool. All right, now I want to show you Kong with his battle axe. So I swap back out with the roaring head, basically beating on his chest and holding the axe up like he did when he first found it in the movie. And it's a really nice battle axe. They made it a little lighter, like I said, to basically reflect Godzilla charging it up, because this is the, you know, exclusive version. It's the battle version, so. And that just looks fantastic. I really like the way these parts are tighter here, and I love the way the legs function. Yeah, definitely. This is the definitive GVK Kong, man. It's absolutely better than the original in so many different ways. Many different ways. But the articulation is so nice. It functions so much better here. And it looks awesome. Look at that. Awesome. Look at the balance of this figure. You know, you would never be able to do this with the original. You know, you can make him look like he's running with the axe with a punch about to be thrown, balanced on one leg. Awesome. Of course, I just put the legs back like that to show you how they function. You know, if you get him that far back. Make him look like he's mid-stride with the running with the axe and about to throw a punch at the same time. Excellent. Figure is beautiful. This is a really nice Kong. All right, now I also want to show you a nice pose like this so that you can see all of that. By the way, you see all of that blood all over it? That looks awesome. But I wanted to show you this pose so you could see the mobility at the waist. Nice turn at the waist there. So you can make him look like he's really looking up to the side. Fantastic. And to show you it, and I can't say enough about this, the functionality on the legs on this figure is awesome. It's awesome. Super durable and posable, you know? And I like the way they move. They definitely function better than the legs on the original one. So do the arms, but you could see that, like, to create a pose like that. You know, look how solid the legs are. I love that. There's not as many gaps on this one as there was on the original either. Everything's tighter and looks better. That looks awesome, but take a look at, like, the little specks of blood all over. That looks fantastic, man. Now, you can also have Kong resting the axe on his shoulder, which is really cool. I love that. He did that in the movies. So, that's dope that you can make him do that. You could basically recreate this scene where Kong is galloping through the hollow earth with the three heaves following him, looking up and checking out, you know. This is the first time Kong has seen the hollow earth, so he's just, like, looking around while he's galloping. And Look at this figure, man. That's just great. That's beautiful. Look what you could do with this figure. This is fantastic. Like, yo, the articulation on this figure is a beast. It's really good. You know, it allows you to do dynamic poses, and it's so much better than the first one. The first one is just like, can't even stand on his own 2 feet alone. Look at that. And I just want to show you while he's like that, if you could just take a look at all of the blood throughout his body, his chest, his legs, arm. I love that. But yeah, that's so cool, man. Looks fantastic, yo. You could basically have him sitting on his throne holding the axe. I love that. Awesome. You can also get Kong into like sort of a climbing pose, like he's reaching up for a branch or a vine or something, swinging on a branch. Awesome. Balanced perfectly on one leg like that. This figure's articulation is quite nice. Look at that, man. Awesome. Of course, you could recreate this scene here where Kong is just flying at Godzilla with the axe, jumped off the building. Fantastic that you could get Kong in this pose. You just swap out those are the 2 axe gripping hands. Of course, you put the open mouth face on him. But look at what the legs can do. Look at how nice that is that you could even get both hands to grip around the axe and his arms to go behind his head like that. That's fantastic, man. What a great figure. What an awesome Kong this is. Really, really loving it. I just want to show you how Kong and Godzilla scale with Mecha Godzilla right here. Too big? I don't know. What do you guys think about that, you know? Because, you know, they have Mecha Godzilla considerably larger than Godzilla, and in the movie, he's only supposed to be about 7 feet taller, I believe. So I don't know, you know. It seems like it's a little too big for me, but maybe not. I don't know. You know, Mecha Godzilla is 400 feet. Godzilla's 393. Kong was 334, I believe. So, but anyway, it's nice to have these 3. They look really good together regardless. You can also recreate that scene where Kong jumps on Mecha Godzilla's back and pries open his mouth basically to save Godzilla in the final battle. Awesome, man. It's so great that you could do that, you know. Looks fantastic. Yeah, love it. Awesome. Kong was basically the star of the movie, man. You know, he stole the show at the end there. But this looks great. Okay, so now let's spend a little time thinking about Mecha Godzilla's head. All right, let's break that down. First things first, the new head here does not fit on the Mecha Godzilla figure. It's just the way it's constructed. It doesn't allow for it to click onto the ball joint, probably because of this. If you're good at modifying figures, I'm sure you could get it, because the inside of the mouth actually looks nicer than the head that it came with here, you know, where it shows you that red piece where the proton scream came out of. So would be quite nice, you know, to have that, you know. So and I'm sure it's quite easy for dudes who modify figures. So that's first off the bat with this. But let's move on. And of course, you could recreate the scene where Kong is roaring and holding Mecha Godzilla's severed head, beating on his chest. Awesome, man. Love that. Of course, that was the end of the movie. Kong basically saved the day and killed Mecha Godzilla. And that just looks fantastic, man. How nice is that? Awesome. Great, great figure. And I love that the Mecha Godzilla's head comes as an accessory. How awesome is that? Fantastic. I highly recommend this. Okay, so now I basically just wanted to show you the effect piece that comes for the axe, which is really nice. It's like a trail effect of the, atomic charge on it. Um, it's a pain in the ass to get it to clip on there. I got to tell you that much, though. You got to just line it up right and really, really try to get it to snap in. But that's cool. You could recreate that scene right there with Kong chopping into Mecha Godzilla with the axe, and that looks fantastic, man. What a nice figure. Excellent. Really, really cool. And that's a nice effect piece. It looks awesome. Really, really dope. Okay, now I just want to compare him to the original GVK Kong, which you could see he's painted darker. The paint job is overall better on this one. Um, where you get a little bit of red in the scarring on his chest, you don't here. You get more scarring that came later on in the film, and you get the blood all over the place, which was, a nice touch. But these pieces here, these floating pieces in the middle on his chest, I don't really care for that on either one of them. I don't like the way they move. They're not really snug enough. It's more snug on the event exclusive one than it is on this guy, but I still really don't like that piece. I always find myself having to tuck it back into place to get it to look right. So, um, I do like the axe better on the original because I just think it's more closer to the actual color of it. But you could see this Kong here is a little lighter brown than this one. But the joints overall function much better on the new one. Arms and legs. And certainly the torso does too. But I would like to see if they do future releases for them to improve that middle chest piece. Because it's just too weird. It's too loose. It's hanging around there and moving around and stuff. And they got to eliminate that. But that's how the two of them look. And I have to say, the new one certainly looks better. Okay, so now let's take a look at all three SH Monsterarts Kongs. We have the original 2021 Godzilla vs. Kong. We have the exclusive edition 2021 Godzilla vs. Kong. And we have the 2024 Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire Kong. And wow, all of these are pretty nice in their own right. So let's just get it out of the way. Best axe is on the GVK original. The best articulation is on the GVK exclusive. The best paint job, in my opinion, is probably the GXK Kong because I like that darker charcoal, almost black Kong. You know what I mean? It's the older Kong, and I like it a little dark like that, which is how he looked in the beginning, like when he was walking through the Hollow Earth and ran into Suko. Almost looked like black and gray. So, I love that. Although this does have a beautiful paint job with all the blood and everything else. You know, the best fur might be the exclusive edition. The best looking fur on them. And, they all have pretty good, fairly screen accurate faces. I don't like that floating midsection piece, you know what I mean? And it's on all of them, and it's quite annoying. But, yeah, this axe is probably the least impressive axe out of the three. This takes the cake. That's 1, 2, 3, I would have to say. I mean, it's not bad. None of them are bad. I think this is probably the nicest axe because the color seems to be right on it. I don't know. I had the most fun with this Kong, the GXK Kong. I'm gonna I'm going to be dead honest with you, because it got a lot of reviews, like people were saying they didn't need it, but I like the way it performs. But just so you know, everybody can note this one moves the best and has the best, tightest articulation. The legs function the best on this one. So, and you're getting it with all the accessories. But there you go. That's basically the difference of all three of these guys. All right. Okay, so now I want to basically take a look at some of the GVK counterparts here. So you first have the Godzilla versus Kong Playmates Kong right there, which is a $10 figure. It's very, very nice for a $10 figure, you know, and you do get the axe as an accessory. Obviously, it's not going to be, you know, a detailed axe like that. It's okay, though. You still get it. But this is quite a nice Kong for $9.99. And then here we have the Higher Toys GVK Kong, which is just, in my opinion, that might be the nicest GVK Kong there is, because it's just beautiful. It's screen accurate. Take a look at it, you know? The axe is fantastic. That might be the best battle axe that I have out of all of them. Just the way that looks, it's quite impressive. And it's just such a nice Kong with a beautiful paint job and a great head sculpt, you know. You could see the difference. The head sculpt is just knock it out of the park on that. That's definitely the best head sculpt. But just to give you, you know, and there's different price ranges. This is $9.99. This was, I believe it was like $90 or $80 $80 or $90 when all was said and done. This guy here, the exclusive, was $135. So, yeah, it's just, you know, going up and up in price range. But I don't know. I think maybe the higher might take the cake here. You know what I mean? It's just, it's nice. It's a big brolic Kong. The paint job is hitting. But I do really, really love this guy. And this is a nice Kong to add to the collection. It's, you know, probably that and the higher are easily my two favorites. But don't ever sleep on the Playmates, because very, very cool for $9.99. So, but, you know, there's three choices for you with GVK Kongs. All right, so that'll wrap it up for us here. GVK exclusive Kong. That looks awesome, man. Look at that. Fantastic. That might just be how I display him on the shelf, just like that. Looks fantastic. So, yeah, if you like what you see, go out and get you some exclusive Kong. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back at you with another review soon. But I really, really enjoy doing Kong, getting Kong figures, doing Kong reviews that look so awesome. And I'm so glad that I now have 3 different SH Monsterarts Kongs. So cool. Peace out.